It's your day in tech history, and it's brought to you by our friends over at DJI. Get yourself your own drone by going over to geekazine.com/DJI. Jeffrey Powers here. I welcome you to the Day in Tech History, a full rundown of technology history 7 days a week. Subscribe to the show via iTunes, Stitcher, or download right from dayintechhistory.com. Now let's find out what happened on this day, your day in tech history. March 6th. Silly Putty is introduced as a toy by Peter Hodgson. He is a marketing consultant who packaged 1-ounce portions of the rubber-like material in plastic eggs. In 1953, Watson and Crick submit their first article on the structure of DNA to the journal Nature. It would be published in the April 25th, 1953 issue of the magazine. 1978, Chris Lundberg, Sugu Aria, and Richard Desmond, all top executives of IMSI-SAI, which is a computer manufacturer, quit their jobs. In 1986, in the nation's first computer sting operation operated by a local law enforcement agency, 7 teenagers were arrested on various hacking charges in Fremont, California. 3 of the hackers were 15 years old, and 2 were 16, and 1 is 17, and 1 is 19. Arresting officer Sergeant Dan Pasquale has been communicating regularly with about 130 hackers and pirates in the last 7 states under the alias Revenger. In 1991, the lawsuit of Apple Computer versus Microsoft and Hewlett-Packard, Federal District Court Judge Vaughn Walker denies Hewlett-Packard's request to declare Apple's copyrights invalid, and also rejects Microsoft's argument that the portions of Windows are covered by the 1985 license from Apple. The judge does agree to Microsoft's request to consider the copyright issue feature by feature, rather than on the basis of overall look and feel. Also in 1991, rumors arise regarding the Michelangelo computer virus, which was coded to launch the destructive payload on Michelangelo's 516th birthday. It's a lot of candles on the cake. 1992, Michelangelo computer virus reveals itself, finally, as many as 1 million IBM-compatible computers were affected. The computer is turned on, and then the virus strikes on about midnight of the previous day, Michelangelo's 517th birthday. Viruses transmitted through the boot segments of all floppy disks that were exchanged between users. And then in 1993, the Michelangelo virus struck again. The hysteria, this time, weeks leading up to March 6th, the date to virus, of course, set to deploy. It's the first time the average person believed his or her life would be thrown into chaos due to a computer failure. 1994, a crew of 7 people from 5 countries begins studying the self-contained living Biosphere 2, the glass-enclosed ecosystem. They were planning to live within the structure supported by several simulated types of ecosystems therein to provide information which could be applied for solving ecological problems created by man. No, Pauly Shore was not part of that group. 1995, San Francisco, California, the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, or IEEE, holds CompCom 95 Computer Systems Conference. 1996, the United Press International reveals that a hacker known as Euphoria, as well as Elite, I believe, Elite 1, L8, and Biff have been threatening to crash the system at the Boston Herald newspaper and several internet service providers in the Boston, Massachusetts area. I wouldn't take that threat seriously if I was named computer hacker Biff. I don't know. Anyway, reports indicate that the hacker may have covertly penetrated up to 100 internet sites, destroying files on many of the systems. The investigation was initiated by the New York Police Department Computers Crimes Section. Biff. Anyway, 1997, the Bonnieview Cottage Furniture Company registers the 1 millionth internet domain, bonnieview.com. They did it at 12:07:51 p.m. on 1997. Also in 97, LucasArts receives a Cody Award for their top-selling Star Wars game, Rebel Assault 2. 1998, a number of Apple software developers stage a peaceful gathering to protest Apple's recent design to abandon the Newton platform. The press issue was issued by Newton Developers Association calling for the gathering at the Apple Computer Store in Cupertino, California. Also in 1998, the second annual Webby Awards were held in San Francisco. We had different things like Best Film, Best Science. Dilbert's creator Scott Adams won a Webby. Kevin Smith won a Webby. Musician Thomas Dolby won a Webby. PBS Online, so on and so forth. So pretty cool stuff over the Webby Awards. Also in 1998, the servers of the public broadcasting service were hacked by Zyklon, otherwise known as Eric Burns. He would later be sentenced in November to 15 months in prison and 3 years supervised release for hacking NATO and USIA websites.
And now this word from our friends over at DJI Technologies. You know you want a drone. You're a techie kind of person. You like to have fun outdoors, and it is getting warmer now. It's kind of like when you were a kid and you got that first RC car, except this one flies. Connect the camera and record around your house. You can go to your park and put together some great videos of your kids playing ball, flying kites, and more. You can even get the ball or the kite's perspective. If you go over to geekazine.com/DJI, geekazine.com/DJI, you can get free shipping on that DJI Phantom 2. It's the one that I have and use all around Madison here. Then go out to the park and have yourself some fun. Geeky fun with DJI Technologies and the Phantom 2 drone. Now let's get back into your day in tech history.
In Y2K, that'd be 2000, AMD releases the 900 MHz, 950 MHz, and 1 GHz Athlon processors. They featured the 512 kilobit Level 2 off-chip cache. Price was $899 to $1,299. AMD also released the 1 GHz AMD processor, the Athlon processor, which was a computer industry milestone. It was the first commercially available in systems with a 1 GHz AMD Athlon processor. Would be sold by Compaq Computer Corporation and Gateway. The system would have 128 megabytes of RAM, 30 gigabyte hard drive, 17-inch monitor, and would sell for $2,499. 2001, Palm releases the Palm M105 handheld computer featuring an 8 megabyte RAM and synchronization docking cradle for $199. 2003, ATI announces 3 new graphics chips, the Radeon 9800, 340, and 380 megahertz, the Radeon 9600, and the Radeon 9200. And at the Game Developers Conference in 2003, NVIDIA announces the 2 new graphics chips, the GeForce FX 5600 and the GeForce FX 5200. And also in 2003, Caldera Systems, or the SCO group that is, files a lawsuit against IBM claiming IBM illegally used licensed Unix technology in its Linux software. SCO seeks $1 billion in damages. And in 2009, Cook County Sheriff states that he would make Craigslist liable for their content because of issues of prostitution on the site. Craigslist came back and said, well, you know, we're not posting the stuff. We can't be held liable, and the law states that it's on our side. Of course, in the end, Craigslist did take some drastic measures to reduce that problem on their site.
And that's your day in tech history. My name is Jeffrey Powers, www.dayintechhistory.com. All the show notes are over at wikizine.com, Geekazine's wiki. And of course, you can like the Facebook page and follow Twitter at DayInTechHist. Until tomorrow, take care. Day in Tech History is copyright 2015. JMP Enterprise, and Geekazine.com.